Welcome to Motorland Aragon in Spain. It's the midway point of the 2023 Michelin Le Mans Cup. But before we head to Spa-Francorchamps next month and Portimao in October, this will be hot, dry and demanding. The 5.3 kilometre circuit rises 50 metres from the start-finish straight to its highest point. And then it plunges downhill through turns 8 and 9, a challenging flip-flop. It boasts a back straight that is more than a kilometre long, and that provides a high-speed slipstreaming opportunity and a massive braking challenge. It's the first time here for the Michelin Le Mans Cup, so we asked our points leaders what they're expecting from round 4. After victory in Barcelona and Le Castellet, current overall leaders Team Virage are here to add points to their tally.
We want to get a gap with a second in the championship, so we'll see what we can do here. But this time it is a difficult track, difficult condition because it is hot. For the moment I didn't find the good thing, but with water and everything it is like in the track it is maybe 60 degrees on ground, and we need to find solution. I am improving every time, every session, so we need to be ready at the race. If we need to be second to get good points for the championship, we'll do it.
Team Thor, 18 points adrift after their third place in Le Castellet, have solutions to deal with the heat.
Yeah, it's pretty hot, but fortunately we've got a cooling system in the car this weekend, so it's making a huge difference. We just plug in when we get in at the pit stop and then we're all good.
We have this cooling vest, so it is not so uncomfortable for me. So I hope that will do something for me.
We just go race by race, just try and run as quickly as we can and do as good a job and just see where we end up.
The number 10 Racing Spirit of Le Mans Aston Martin Vantage is leading GT3. They won in Barcelona, were second in the Castellet and fastest in free practice in Aragon.
The track is fine, it suits our Aston very well because the long straight, we have good top speed, so it helps us. So we've been doing good testing yesterday, the pace was strong and the team has been working hard since Le Castellet to just keep on the momentum, so the target is just to keep on winning this weekend. It's just hot, but with aircon it's fine. And then you just focus on the next corners. And we use our brain to race. We have to take a P4 finish, we will take it for the championship.
Behind the Aston Martin lies the HCR with Caffeine 6 Porsche 911.
It's a really cool circuit, and the facilities here are great as well, so it's just a lot of space. The track's, I think, super technical, and I think that it's a good example, I think, of a track that really rewards like the amount of effort you put in. You know, what you put in is what you get out. And obviously, it's a mostly left-hand circuit here, so it's kind of a slightly different load on the body, and you know, feeling a bit different in the neck. But no, I think it's overall it's just a really fun track.
It's really warm here in Alcanis, but luckily I live just here in Barcelona, so I'm used to the hot temperatures. Well, I think it's a pretty good track for the Porsche, so we have our hopes high. Doesn't change the plans. We need to do our best at every race, and if we have been the best, we have been the best.
Time to take a look round at Motorland Aragon. Buckle up for the ride.
Welcome to Aragon. I'm Gabriel Rendoni, the driver of the Lightweight Motorsport Lamborghini GT3. Coming down the main straight for turn 1. Cutting over the curb and back flat for turn 2. Taking as much space here on the left before going on this very fast corner, and all this gaining as much speed as possible, braking as late as possible. Second gear corner, turn 5, very tricky here. I'm going on the green part, and all rest flat again before the 2 right-handers, the first one. Braking around to this 50-meter mark, second gear corner, and coming into the corkscrew where we just brake just before the 50 mark. Very tricky, going down, shifted down to first gear, and flat out. And a very special corner. You have to keep as much space as possible, go back in, open, and obviously be careful to track limits. Third gear, fourth gear before we brake just before the curb, down to second gear to this left corner, and again all the way flat for the right here, braking just before or at the side road, second gear. Pairing for the back straight, very important, pull in and flat as much as possible. Obviously a lot of sliding with these conditions here, very hot. Back straight, just flat out third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear. Just managed to put back to sixth gear before the braking here, before the curb, down to first gear for the hairpin. And here for the last two corners before we go back on the main straight, which are flat again, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, all the way up to finish this lap here in Aragón. Hope you enjoyed.
United Autosport's Josh Cahill clinched pole position, just 76 thousandths ahead of Murphy's Prototypes in second, while GT3 fell to Timothy Creswick in the HCR with Caffeine 6 Porsche. Round 4 of the 2023 Michelin Le Mans Cup ready to get underway here in searing conditions. United Autosports and Murphy Prototypes on the front row of the grid. And a really hot test awaits them as the lights go off. Into the first corner, poleman Josh Cahill holds on. Oh, little bobble there from the Murphy's Prototypes car of Torsten Kratz. And there's half a dozen cars off in the background. Cool Racing's Louis San Juan into Europol's Ben Stone, car number 13. United's Josh Cahill leading the field from Mark Richards in the blue 360 car. Then the two Virage cars, Oscar Bitter and Julian Jerby, but Murphy Prototypes has disappeared. Torsten Kratz was fourth, and where has he gone? Sinking like a stone. So some real problem for Murphy's Prototypes, who started on the front row of the grid, but good news for Team Virage, third and fourth. And the 360 racing car in front just dropping back a fraction from the United leading car. Yellow flags out for that first corner incident. All trouble for Murphy's. Looks like left rear puncture. That's Tony Wells as well for Nielsen. So more cars are off after that first corner incident. Well, we saw Torsten Kratz having a moment, and there's another one. Patrice Lafargue, the EDEX Sport car. That's in the turn 8-9 downhill corkscrew. Down into the braking area at the end of the straight, and here comes Cool Racing's Adrian Keeler dive bombing Julian Jerby, and the safety car is out. There are cars all over the opening third of the lap, and here's why. Take a look at the start. At the bottom of the picture, the United car, he comes really close to Murphy's, and contact on the inside. Into Europol, getting in too deep, clattering into Cool Racing. They collect Team Thor, who also hit Nielsen Racing, who pull off at the side of the track. Well, that will be where Murphy's puncture comes from as well. Watch the green and white Murphy's car. United and Murphy's both looking to try and take the same bit of track. And as they start, close right up together. Now watch the first of the Team Virage cars. Is there contact? Yes, there is. That's where the puncture comes from, and just behind the graphics, the into Europol car, Ben Stone getting in far too hot. Clatters into Louis San Juan, spins him, then the white and blue Team Thor car behind, trying to avoid all the action, and somebody, not sure if it was Thor or not, hits the Nielsen Racing car, and the Murphy's car with that puncture, a slow crawl back to the pit lane. Turn 8, spin for Patrice Lafargue. Side by side the battle in GT3, and Team Parker squeezed by Alex Martin, just getting the lead from Timothy Creswick in the pink and blue car. And Tony West bails out. He knows that car is going no further. End of the race very early for Nielsen. Back to green flag racing, United Autosports leading the charge once more from 360, with the Cool Racing car in fourth between the two Virage machines. Julian Gerby, the points leader, in 5th place. Oh, nearly contact there in the first corner as well. The Virage car again, and 360 Racing. I think they got away with it that time though. I think Oscar Bitter did have contact with the Murphy's Prototypes car in turn 1, lap 1. Looks like he may just about have touched Mark Richards in the 360 Racing car that time round. Not too much of a drama though. There might be drama on the straight. Adrian Keeler in that grey Cool Racing car dive-bombed Julian Gerby just before the safety car came out for 4th. He might be looking for 3rd. Change of lead, back in front in GT3, Timothy Creswick in the pink and blue car. Team Parker's Alex Martin all over the back of him. The Porsches on their own out front. It's a great two-way battle. They're passing a slow car. That's M Racing's Erwin Creed pulling off at the side of the track. Down through the corkscrew turns 8 and 9. Hard work for car and driver.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full course yellow is deployed. Full course yellow is deployed.
That's going to neutralise the battle for 3rd in GT3. The Aston Martin Racing Spirit Le Mans car, that's Arnaud Robert, and the 51F Corsa Ferrari, Koizumi Hiroshi. The red car right behind the points leaders. Looks like the back of Erwin Creed's car might have been on fire.
In less than 30 seconds, we will remove full course yellow. At 18:02, we will remove full course yellow. 3, 2, 1. Full course yellow has been removed. Full course yellow has been removed.
Onto the straight they come. Adrian Keeler restarting strongly again, putting Mark Richards under pressure for 2nd place. And look behind as well. That is the Nielsen Racing entry of John Melsom, passing Racing Spirit Le Mans Jean-Ludovic Foubert. That's a change for 7th. Car number 4 started 19th on the grid. So he certainly avoided all the trouble at the first corner. What a great start. Julian Gerby on the attack, looking down the inside of Oscar Bitter, his teammate in the 2 Virage cars. This is for 4th. Gerby, the championship leader, needs to move up. Penalty has been applied to Inter Europol's number 13 car for causing that crash at the start. And Gerby can't get through there. Oscar Bitter with the green highlights on the side panels, hanging on, but Gerby with a good run through on the inside. This should do it. Gets down into the braking area. Yes, he does. He's up to 4th place. That's a slow turn there, and trouble right amongst the leaders. Now, who's that? That's Team Thor and MV2S. It is. That's Christophe Cresp. Will they spin in unison? Was there contact, or is there... Oh, another major lockup. Now, is there some fluid down there, or was there contact? Four-way battle for 6th in GT3. The 2 GMB cars with the Leipert Motorsport Lambo in the middle. He's looking down the inside bit. Here comes Thomas Anderson, dives through. And the Stella Motorsport car right behind, also trying to pick its way through. Trying to take advantage as the Lamborghini is just a little bit out of its rhythm. Yellow flags now become a safety car to rescue the car of Christophe Cresp. Back to green flag racing once more. United Autosport still leading from 360, and Cool Racing in 3rd place. Julian Gerby again shaping up on the inside. And will everybody make it through safely this time? Looks, oh no, Klaus Abelin spoke too soon. The Fricadelli car looping into a spin, and trouble there. The GT3 cars also going off. Abelin rejoining ahead of the IDEC car that was delayed earlier on. Looks like there's been a change to the lead in GT3 as well. Team Parker's Alex Martin was ahead of Timothy Creswick there. Now here we go. Here's the challenge from Creswick around the outside. That's brave. Gets by Alex Martin. Retakes the lead once more. Fantastic race between these two. Lead being swapped lap after lap. Take a look again. Creswick has to go outside, but Alex Martin in tight. Uses all the road. Creswick has to take a couple of wheels on the runoff area. Cars coming into the pit lane, but trouble behind. Looks like some confusion there. Terence Woodward and James Sweetnam, the Graf Racing car and 360 Racing. And in fact, that was the end of the contact. It started down at a hairpin at the bottom of the hill and continued all the way to the pit entry. It is a very busy pit lane. Look at that. Almost all of our GT3 cars are in. There's the HCR Caffeine 6 car, Lippert Motorsport Lambo, the Ferraris, the GMB cars. There's the Aston, Racing Spirits Le Mans, and about a quarter to a third of the LMP3 field. Here's our new GT3 leader, Alex Martin, in the Team Parker Porsche. Of course, a Lippert. We saw them coming out of the pits. HCR Caffeine 6 have stopped already. Adrian Keeler, Julian Gerby right behind the Cool Racing driver. Keeler sliding out of the hairpin there. It's very hot, the track is very slick, and the tyres are really suffering, and they are both coming into the pit lane. So this is where the teams make a difference, or can make a difference, want to make a difference. United have stopped already. There's the race leader, Josh Cahill in the car, and Garnet Patterson runs around. Now he helps out his teammate, puts in his seat insert so he's comfortable in the car. And then either the outgoing driver or the mechanics will help with the seat belts. There is Julian Gerby, hits his marks. Adrian Keeler stopped just a few metres earlier as well. This is not going well for United. Murphy's Prototypes, Torsten Kratz has not yet stopped. They are in the lead of the race. But of course they will have to make their pit stop, and so they will drop back. Torsten Kratz with the track almost to himself at the moment, and desperately trying to make up ground after that contact in turn one left him with a puncture. Team Parker pit, so the leader is in from GT3, and that might cycle the HCR Caffeine 6 Porsche back to the top of the pile. Oh! Gotta grab that wheel nut. Can't leave it there on the apron. Job done, away they go. But a 5-second penalty added to the next pit stop of HCR with Caffeine 6. Now remember when you went around the outside to take the lead from the Team Parker Porsche at turn 1? Can't do that when you run out of road. Meanwhile, great battle here. MV2S Racing and the 97 from Cool. That's the battle for 14th. Race leader in the pits. Murphy's will drop down the order. Cool Racing back to the top of the pile. Battle for third, Belen Garcia Espinar in the 360 Racing car. Matt Bell for Nielsen Racing dive bombs her. Murphy Prototypes almost ready to rejoin one of the last stoppers, and there's the Nielsen crew, happy to be in third place. Battle for third in GT3, Valentin Asseclo versus Emmanuel Collard. And there's trouble, somebody smoking, and it looks like a United car. And that may well be Wayne Boyd in car number 23. That looks pretty terminal. It is Wayne Boyd leaving a big trail of fluid as well. And look at all the muck coming out the exhaust pipe. That is a terminal engine failure, and there will be a safety car for cleanup. Replay here of Nielsen's Matt Bell going by Cedric Ultramar as Ultramar runs out wide in the Cool Racing car, and that was a change for second place. Here we go, back to green flag racing, less than 25 minutes. Matt Bell already looking around the back of race leader Guillaume Orion. The Team Virage driver holds the inside line, but Bell's on the racing line. Can he keep it clean around the outside? He does. He's into the lead. They're loving that in the Nielsen garage. Matt Bell, the race leader. Guillaume Orion under pressure for second place as well. The Cool Racing and 360 cars right behind. Then CD Sport and Team Thor equally tight in GT3. The safety car closed everybody up. HCR Caffeine 6 lead, but have a 5-second penalty. So if Kai Cozzolino stays right behind the leader, he will win this. Racing Spirit Le Mans in third, the lead AF Corsa Ferrari in fourth, and look at this, down the inside, the 83 car, there's contact. They just about get away with that though. Manu Collar in the 83 car and Valentin Astaclo in the Aston. Challenge for third, Colin Noble, Team Thor on the inside with the blue nose, and he dive bombs Cedric Ultramar at the end of the long straight. So many passes made there. He's up to third place. Great stuff for Team Thor. Nielsen Racing heading to the final corners, out to the hairpin, the climb through the left, right, left switchback to the finish line. The checkered flag awaits for Matt Bell. They are going to win here in Aragon. An epic early stint from John Melsom, and Matt Bell finished the deal. Team Virage will take second, third for Team Thor. That is a big moment for the Nielsen crew. Matt Bell doesn't look like he's aware the race is over. I'm sure they will tell him on the radio. Headlights flashing, Kai Cozzolino wins GT3. He's within 5 seconds of the pink and blue HCR Porsche, and with the Porsche's penalty, that has given them victory. AF Corsa win it, and HCR with Caffeine 6 will take second. Koizumi Hiroshi put the Ferrari right in the frame at the start, and Cozzolino kept it there to the flag. Confirmation of the result. First win of the season for Nielsen Racing, with Team Virage number 16 on the podium in second, ahead of Team Thor. 20th overall, our AF Corsa winner in GT3 from HCR with Caffeine 6, and Racing Spirit Le Mans Aston held on for third place. Lots of cars wilting in the heat, but not the crew of Nielsen Racing number 4.
Brilliant job. We've needed a bit of luck this year. We've had the pace all year, just missed out a bit of luck. So great job from John, making up 12 places in his stint. Great pit stop from the team. We made up a couple there, and I just had to do 2 or 3 more. It was the easiest part of the race, really.
We've certainly got a very good car at the moment, and it should be a good car for Spa. So, yeah, I'd like to see on the podium at Spa for sure.
Team Thor's Icelandic boss Alden Gudmundsson and Colin Noble finish in third position on the podium. Cool's Ajahn Keeler and Cedric Ultramar in second, but it's John Melsom and Matt Bell from Nielsen Racing who claim the win. With second place, the Team Virage crew remain on top of the points, but Thor and Nielsen are now their closest rivals. GT3 was super tight, but AF Corsa won it.
Unfortunately, the Porsche that was in P1 had a 5-second penalty, so I just had to keep it there in my position. No pressure, so I just had to bring the car back home.
Any plans on how to celebrate?
Yeah, we're gonna probably skip on the podium or maybe do some dance. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Arnaud Robert and Valentin Astaclo took third for Racing Spirit of Le Mans. HCR with Caffeine 6, second place, Timothy Creswick and Anders Fjordbach, but victory for Ferrari's Koizumi Hiroshi and Kai Cozzolino. Our podium finishers are the top 3 in the championship. The Ferrari crew now just 10 points off the lead behind HCR with Caffeine 6 and Racing Spirit of Le Mans. And that is it for the sweltering heat of Aragon. Next up, whatever the fickle weather gods throw at us at Spa-Francorchamps.